Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Awesome Finds. Now today I'll be showing you a bunch of records I got from one garage sale. Now this really cool guy called Lance was moving, he had to move out of his house, so he had a ton of stuff that he's collected over the years, and he used to work at this record shop in Monterey that was right next to a military base. And so you had a lot of returning soldiers bringing in records from the UK, from Germany, and trading them in for newer records. So this store got a lot of imports kind of by accident. So since he worked there, he would buy a lot of the stuff that came into the store. And the guy was really cool, gave me a great deal, helped me pick out a lot of music I wasn't familiar with, and all around just an awesome experience. So without further ado, let's get into it. First up, we got Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen. I kind of have a soft spot for these guys, and I wanted to see what else they had to offer besides their one big hit. You know, I think I have to give it a couple more times to really get into it, but you know, there it is. Then we got Extra Texture by George Harrison. This is a really cool album cover. I just wish it was in better shape. This one's a little beat up, but I like the cutouts, and it does have some water damage, as you can see, unfortunately. But the record's in decent shape, and it's always something that I could upgrade at a later date. Speaking of Beatles, we got Paul McCartney with Tug of War from 1982. I haven't listened to this one yet, but I really like the art direction on this, and I like the cover. It actually looks fairly modern in some instances. He just looks really young. And then we got the Scorpions with Love Drive. And this is on Mercury Records from 1979. It's such a weird album cover. I don't know what they were thinking with this. Same thing here. I gotta cover that nip for you young viewers. Yeah, I don't know, man. And I haven't heard it yet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. Now, I am a longtime fan of Eddie Cochran. This is a really cool double LP featuring a lot of his songs with a really cool write-up with photos. And if you don't know much about Eddie Cochran, he was the one dude that Elvis was afraid of, because not only could he sing, but he could play guitar. And I mean, he could solo on guitar. Then I got this album by Nick Lowe, Pure Pop for the Now People. I love this album cover. It just goes to show you how you can really change up your look by changing your style of instrument and dress and hair. I mean, it's all the same dude, and I like that back cover shot. Then I got China by Vangelis. This is a promo copy. I think it's just stamped. I don't think it's actually, yeah, it's just stamped promo. So it's basically your standard release. Ooh, then I got my first record by Kraftwerk. This is Tour de France. This is a US issue, 12-inch single. Plays at 45 revolutions per minute. The A-side's a French version, and the B-side is a remix. Then I got 4 by David Bowie. First up is Peter and the Wolf, and this is kind of cool because it's on green vinyl. Then I got a 12-inch single for Tonight, and the B-side, oh, I think it's the same song. It's just got 2 different mixes on here. And then I got Scary Monsters. This is from 1980. I've heard mixed reviews on this thing. Let me know what you guys think. And then I got the classic Heroes. This is such an interesting album. Side 1 is all David Bowie. It's awesome. Side 2 is, I would say, mostly Brian Eno. It's a very odd mix of an album. Yeah, it's definitely a classic. I have to say it's a must-own. But yeah, check it out for yourself and let me know what you guys think. Then I got 4 by Iggy Pop. The first one is called TVI, and I guess this must be a live album. It does have a notch taken out. Haven't heard it yet. Then I got Iggy Pop with James Williamson, Kill City, and this is also on green vinyl with those really cool pink labels. And this is from 1977. Then I got the classic Raw Power by Iggy and the Stooges. Now this is a UK pressing. I don't believe this is an original issue from 1973. I think this is a later repressing, probably from the later 70s, but I'm not really sure. And finally I got The Idiot by Iggy Pop. It's on RCA Records from 1977. I was rather surprised how much this album does go for. So if you find it for a good price, definitely pick it up. Then we got Heartbreaker by Free. This is, I believe, their last album. Yeah, it's got Wishing Well on here, which I think is their biggest hit. Then I got Rock On Humble Pie. This is a really cool gatefold. Haven't checked this one out yet. I heard it's pretty cool though. I love this cover. Then I picked up the Allman Brothers Band at Fillmore East. I originally had this probably 10 years ago, and I got rid of it because I don't know, I just didn't like it. I just wrote it off as this kind of noisy blues, and I recently saw that this was named the top 100 must-own albums at Amoeba Records, and it kind of made me rethink it and go, you know what, I should check out this album again. And so I saw it, I picked it up, and you know what, it's great. I think I must have had to mature into it or something, but man, this is such a great album. And it's really easy to find, so if you don't own it, there's really no excuse. Go pick it up. You can even find a new copy these days. It's been reissued that many times, so check it out. Then I got Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band, and I believe the album's called Strictly Personal. This was really cool. I believe this is a reissue. It's got some water damage, as you can see here, unfortunately. I can always upgrade the album. It's one of those things, like if you don't know the music, this record could be a lot of money and you go buy it and you don't really like it, right? So I don't mind buying stuff in not the best shape because I can always upgrade if I really like the album. Definitely check this one out, really cool stuff. Then I got this Cream album, and for the life of me, I'm not going to be able to say this right. Disreali Gears? I think that's how you say it, but beautiful cover art. And it's in decent shape. I was impressed. Then we have The Who, The Kids Are Alright. This is a double LP, and this is actually music for the film The Kids Are Alright, which I haven't seen, so if you guys have seen this film, let me know. Then I got For Ladies Only, Steppenwolf. This is a gatefold cover, but I must warn you, the inside of it's for mature audiences only, okay? So here we go. Boom, penis car. This looks like Hollywood Boulevard. Wow, it looks so different these days. Wonder whose car that was. Oh, Steppenwolf, you guys crack me up. And we have Changin' Times with the Four Tops. It's from 1970 on Motown Records. I haven't heard this yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Then we got quite a few by the Beatles. I'll kind of go through these rather quickly. We have the Beatles' second album, stereo pressing. What I do like about this, so funny. Then I got another pressing of Sgt. Pepper's, because you can never have too many, and this does have the insert. And then we have the early Beatles, also in stereo. This was in really good shape. Then we have a US pressing of the stereo version of Help. It's in decent shape, and this is a gatefold. I'm curious to know how many of you guys have actually seen this film. And lastly, we got Rubber Soul. This is a mono US pressing. This one's just in great shape. I think it's better than my other copy. Then I got two by Fleetwood Mac. The first one is English Rose, and this is actually Mick Fleetwood in drag. Such an awesome cover. And you know what? This album is fantastic. Pick it up, man. This Fleetwood Mac is very different than, say, the Fleetwood Mac that most people are familiar with, like the Stevie Nicks Fleetwood Mac. This is very different, much more blues-based. And then I picked up Killin' House. I think that's how you say it. This is a gatefold. Love the artwork on here. So this album, I'm not really sure where it falls in the timeline of Fleetwood Mac, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. And I got Iron Butterfly with Ball. Now this is a Unipack gatefold in really good shape from 1969. Look at that. These guys are a crack up. Now, this is a band I hadn't heard of. I know, there's some bands I don't know. This is Savoy Brown. They're another blues band. Haven't got into this album yet, but I heard good things about it. It does have a little bit of water damage, unfortunately. But otherwise, it's in pretty decent shape. Then I got Procol Harum. Yeah, this is a self-titled album. This is in really good shape. It does have a notch taken out, and it is reprocessed for stereo, which I tend to avoid those, but I'm going to check this album out. If I like it, I'll go track down a monocopy. And then I got Lord Sutch and his Heavy Friends. Now, Lord Sutch is a curious fellow. I don't claim to know a lot about him, but I love the work that he does. He has some very Halloween-inspired songs. One of them is Jack the Ripper, and it's such a cool song. Check it out when you can. But what's interesting about Lord Sutch is he had some very talented friends, and he would make these albums with these guys. So you got Jimmy Page, John Bonham, Jeff Beck, Noel Redding, Nicky Hopkins, and this is a cool album, especially if you're a fan of any of these dudes. It's really cool to hear him with Lord Sutch. Such an interesting character. Check it out. Then we got Big Brother and the Holding Company with Janis Joplin. The album's called Cheap Thrills. This is, I believe R. Crumb did the illustration on here. Opening it up, you got the band probably playing live somewhere. Probably the Fillmore. And then you have Janis on the back here. It's interesting, too, that it's approved by the Hells Angels, Frisco. Man, what a different time. Then we got we have After Bathing at Baxter's by the Jefferson Airplane. This is a gatefold. I like the illustration on here. Total San Francisco looking Victorian hippie times. Really cool, man. And then we have one by Jefferson, Starship. This is Blows Against the Empire. This is a really cool gatefold opening up. Metallic thing going on. And I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be. And yeah, this one's in relatively decent shape. It's got the original inner sleeve in there. And then we got The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Now this is the US pressing. I do have a UK pressing, but this one was in much better condition, so I picked it up because you can never have too many copies of this. But no, seriously though, I really like the UK copy because the cover on it has this nice metallic sheen to it, which the US copy doesn't, and they're pretty much the same album. I don't think there's really anything different about the music or the track layout. Anyway, awesome to have another copy of this. Then I got the Rolling Stones 12x5, and yeah, this is unfortunately also reprocessed for stereo, so it would be worth picking up the mono when I can, but yeah, so I look forward to checking this one out. And then I got Flowers. Now this is an awesome compilation best of record, I guess. That was always interesting about the Stones. They had a lot of compilation albums, at least here in the US, and I guess you can't really call them albums, but the way they title them, it almost is like an album. Anyway, it's called Flowers. It's got a really cool vibe overall. Then we got one by Ravi Shankar, live at the Monterey International Pop Festival. This is a gatefold album. Lots of information on the musician and what he plays here. This is on Liberty Records. It's definitely not in the best shape, but I'm gonna check it out, and if I like it, I can always upgrade. All right, coming down to the wire here. Oh man, I was so stoked to find this. This is an original issue of the Velvet Underground. The album's called Loaded. Don't get too excited because it does have some water damage here, but otherwise the record plays great, and the front cover, you almost don't notice that it had some water damage. Anyway, I'm so stoked to find this. This is my very first Velvet Underground record, and it's an original issue, which is awesome, and it's in great shape despite the water damage. Couldn't be happier. Lastly, oh man, this is maybe the most valuable record in here? I don't really know. It's Lothar and the Hand People with Space Hymn. This is a German import, and obviously it does have some damage to it, but the record's in really good shape. I just love having this album. It's just so cool. It's definitely a conversation piece. At some point, I'd love to upgrade to a better conditioned copy, but you know what? This is gonna do just fine for now. All right, guys, those are my finds. I want to thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of what I got. Until next time, I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side.